So I've had a lot of people ask me for a Tony Robbins review, what I thought about the event, and knowing the number of people I know, if I just answer everyone separately, it's just not going to work. So I thought I'd do a video because I think the video also would capture the emotion and the passion behind it rather than just writing a bunch of text. And so I hope this is useful. So Tony Robbins' event was 4 days. For me, I thought day 1, 2, and 3 were great. Highly recommend them. Day 4 kind of fell off for me. But in day 1, Tony Robbins, number 1, I just got to say, this guy can control an entire room of 17,000 people. It's actually insane the amount of energy and power that he has, even with his voice, like vocal cords being paper thin. And the amount of energy that he can create in that room is just insane. I think number one of the biggest things for me out of Tony Robbins, because I do a lot of self-help work, self-development work. I've done tons of counseling for over probably 12 years at this point. And I'm always trying to find out the stuff that I don't know about myself. And I think it actually put me in a pretty good position for Tony Robbins to just like really evaluate the deeper stuff, because I've done a lot of the work to dig to what the deep stuff is. One of the biggest takeaways for me from Tony Robbins was the energy that you could feel in your body, like just priming and getting into like a state. Like you could go from a very negative state to a very positive state, like literally like this, by just throwing some good music, getting pumped in your state and the moves you make. You go always like make a move, and you make a move, and you basically almost condition that into you, and then you scream like yes a bunch of times, and it sounds crazy, but you're really just conditioning yourself to feel really good. Like the amount of like happiness and curiosity and love that I got to feel in my body was really cool, because now you know that exists. It's just like when you go on like a really healthy diet plan and all of a sudden you're like, I feel great, I've slept great, I've eaten great, now I know what good feels like. You don't want to go back to not feeling good, right? And so I think Tony Robbins, like one of the biggest things is just being able to feel in your body just like this like power of being like unleashed, really. And if you fully give yourself to it, I think you get the most out of it. Like in everything, you got to put yourself in 100%. And if you're going into something like that and you're like, this is silly, this is not going to work, and blah, 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 I don't think you're going to get the most out of it, because realistically what he's building and doing is training your nervous system to feel good and feel a different state. That's why a lot of people, when you do like meditating and things like that, you're basically reestablishing part of your nervous system to feel calm instead of anxious all the time. And so Tony does it in a different way, where he makes you feel happy, and you start doing these things like memory stacking, like positive things, like love things around sex, or things around just feeling proud, or moments where you felt really powerful, and like stacking all of those and just feeling them in your body and through sound and music and all that different kind of stuff. So that was actually probably one of the most valuable parts of Tony Robbins, is being in that environment and experience it. I think if you're ever doing it, if you have means to, like, definitely pay to go to the event. UPW is the one I went to, because you get to feel the whole experience. And then I think if you do it virtually, it'll work just as well afterwards. On the third day, he did something called the Dicken process, which was awesome. I haven't actually looked into this process, but essentially you take a belief that you want to get rid of, and then imagine in the past, in the present, in the future, and then amplify the negative effects that it's going to have in your life, and so that your nervous system learns to reject that belief, and so that you can put a more positive belief into it. And so, for example, like mine would be, I'm not enough, and that's for a lot of people. Like 80% of people have this feeling, right? And mine was kind of shifted to like, I'll figure it out. Like regardless of what I'm doing, I'll figure it out and I'll move forward, which is what I've always done anyways. And so that's just like such a cool experience to go through. And it took about an hour to go through that whole process. 30 minutes was the Dicken process, but then there's a bunch of stuff afterwards. And that was like really impactful. I think it like really changed a lot of people's lives. Another thing I kind of took away, there's so many things, but I'm just listing some of the highlights. Priming, and how important priming is. Like before getting someone to do something, if you just give them coffee, like a cold coffee in their hand versus a hot coffee in their hand, they'll perform differently just based on that. Your environment affects you so much. And so that's kind of like something that I found super, super interesting. So like if you're waking up in the morning and you're priming yourself with your phone and messages and doing and being busy, you're just setting yourself up for the rest of the day just be anxious. And so now over the last like 4 days, I've just been priming in the mornings with this 15-minute primer of just like positive things that I want to happen in my life, things that are positive, that have happened, and then doing a bit of meditation in the morning. Tony has one online. It's 15 minutes. I've been doing that every morning, and it's been awesome so far. And the other aspect is like conditioning. Like throughout 3 or 4 days, you get conditioned, right, to feel good, like to do your power poses, and like you can feel your state just get energized when you do it now, which is super cool. And I think you just have to keep putting in practice. And so part of going to the event is really getting conditioned to feel those good emotions. The most beautiful thing about what Tony does, he goes, I'm bringing out stuff that you already brought here with you. Like, I'm not giving you anything external. Everything you're feeling is from the inside out, and it's from you, right? And that's like one of the most beautiful parts. I really enjoyed his breakdown of concepts around the 6 human needs. So that was like certainty, uncertainty, contribution, significance, growth, and there's one other one, love and connection. And those are the 6 core human needs that he's found. And most people, I mean, everyone has all of these, but some of them are more amplified in different areas. So for example, certainty in financials, but not certainty in travel, right? Like you might want to make sure that you always have enough money in life, but then on the certainty, like the uncertain part of when you're traveling, you want to have like adventure, right? And so you have these core needs, and if you know your top 2 needs, typically you know what you're going to deal with, struggle with in life. So for example, if someone core need is significance, to look good to others, you're always going to be comparing yourself to others and others who have more. So you're never actually going to be fully happy. The core needs that will make you fulfilled and happy are growth, contribution, and one other one, and love and connection. So just kind of think about that for yourself. Like, what are your core needs? What are the things that you need the most in life currently, and are they serving you for what you want in the future? And also he had a concept around how just good is no longer good enough. Good enough is, typically the people who will get laid off. Good enough doesn't really get you very much anymore. Whereas if you're exceptional, you'll now get good, results in life and things in life. But really it's the people who are outstanding that get the most. And I think if you look in any kind of industry, the top 1, 2, 3 companies get most of the share of the revenue, and then everyone else is just working on getting the rest of the 20%. Right? So if you're in like the top 3, you're typically getting 80% of the rewards, and then you have, let's say, 20% left for everyone else. And so you have to have this outstanding standard for yourself and for the people around you. And so it doesn't mean that you need to have it for every part of life, right? Like for me now, when I'm playing sports and soccer, getting on the field, running and working and doing this stuff is good enough for me. I don't need more than that. But when it comes to my business, I want to be outstanding. I'm already really good at what I do. And so that's kind of what you focus on. And then one other thing that I really liked is that like fear and doubt don't go away. You just have to learn to dance with it, right? Like we all think that like once I get to a certain point, I won't have anxiety, I won't have fear, but it's really always going to be there. And if it's not there for a certain thing, it'll be there for something else down the road. And so you just have to learn to dance with that fear. And some of the conditioning and priming stuff, like whenever I feel a bit of anxiety or whatever, I just get into state, man. I just start dancing, do my power poses, and then just go right back to work. It only takes 3 to 5 minutes and feel way more energy doing that. So I just wanted to share kind of like overall, like the Tony Robbins event and what I found useful. I really, really enjoyed it, and I definitely will probably go back sometime in the future before Tony loses his voice fully. But it really just does get you in such a positive state, and it's even more beautiful when you do it with other people that in your network. I went with 4 other CEOs, and we have an accountability group on priming in the mornings, and just really enjoying all that. I have a ton of notes on this stuff, but I thought at least I hit some of the biggest things that stood out for me. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me back or leave them in the comments below on this YouTube video, and I hope that it was useful.